Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks. With the Spain news update, we'll take a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press today in Spain, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently by viewers. Before I begin, a big thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's through the super thanks option on YouTube, longer term supporters on Patreon, thank you very much for that, and the members on YouTube, the new membership option that I set up recently. So thanks for joining the channel. Now straight into the news, and Spain's #1 fugitive, Carles Puigdemont, back in the headlines today because the amnesty law for all of those separatist politicians that tried to break away from Spain back in 2017 is set to be approved this week. And as we can read here, Pedro Sánchez announces amendments to the amnesty law to give Puigdemont more guarantees. Countdown to the amnesty law. There are less than 24 hours left for the PSOE and Junts to close the agreement before it is voted on Thursday in the Justice Committee of the Congress of Deputies. The negotiating teams are rushing the last hours to reach an agreement on the law and are maintaining their secrecy, although it has been revealed that there will be some modifications that will favour the pro-independent supporters. It has been 35 days since the law was not approved, more than a month of negotiation between the PSOE and Junts, and during this final stretch of the negotiation, optimism is present in the government. President Pedro Sánchez will follow events during his trip to Latin America. He is currently in Brazil, where he has announced that there will be changes to the amnesty law to give Puigdemont more guarantees, although he has not explained what these changes will be. So more guarantees for Mr. Puigdemont announced by Pedro Sánchez, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to get a little bit bored by this amnesty law. So let's get this over and done with, give these people what they want, and maybe, just maybe, Spanish politicians can start to concentrate on the serious issues at hand. Like, for example, the opening times of bars and restaurants. And as we can read here, restaurants in Madrid and Barcelona are against Sumar's reduced opening hours. The minister thinks she lives in Sweden, someone's quoted as saying. There has been no other talk among hotel and catering business owners since Monday, when the second Vice President and Minister of Labour and Social Economy, Yolanda Diaz, put on the table the possibility of bringing forward the closure of bars and restaurants. The owners of these establishments, both in Madrid and Barcelona, are strongly opposed to the idea and say that cutting hours means reducing profits, affecting both employers and their workers. Moreover, not all cities have the same opening hours, and restaurateurs such as those in the Catalan capital complain that they have to clear the terraces much earlier than in other cities. Diaz lamented on Monday that it did not seem reasonable to her that in Spain restaurants are open at 1 o'clock in the morning, as in the rest of Europe they close earlier. So there we go, the great restaurant opening time debate. Should restaurants and bars here in Spain be open until 1 a.m. in the morning, let's say, or should they close earlier, similar to what happens in other European countries? That's the debate. As we saw there, owners of businesses in the sector are not in favour of the proposals put forward by Yolanda Diaz. They say that reducing opening times will cut into their profits, and this in turn will affect both employers and employees. So let me know what you think on this matter in the comment section below. Should bar and restaurant opening times here in Spain be brought in line with other European countries, or should they stay the same? Because as many people have said in recent times, Spain is different. Now, keeping on this subject, and yesterday the minister in question, Yolanda Diaz, clarified her words, saying that they were misunderstood, and she didn't mean to say that she wanted bars and restaurants to close early. What she wanted to say is that people in this sector are being exploited by long working hours, and that's what she wants to change. And apparently, since 2021, her ministry has been targeting bars and restaurants here in Spain, trying to force change. And as we can read here, bar inspections up 60% since Diaz took over. We are being singled out, but we are not afraid of it. Can I have a last drink? This desire, so common in Spain, often satisfied by restaurant professionals, is in the eye of the storm in the controversy unleashed by Yolanda Diaz regarding the opening hours of bars and restaurants in our country, which, in her opinion, are excessive. The sector interprets the position of the second vice president of the government as a direct attack on its way of life and that of consumers, and argues that it complies with the regulations to the letter and that historically they are one of the activities most closely monitored by the Labour and Social Security Inspectorate. Specifically, according to the latest annual report of the Inspectorate, with closed data for 2022, the number of inspections carried out in the hotel and catering sector reached 176,911, a figure that exceeds by no less than 60% the number of inspections carried out in the immediately preceding year. So there we go, lots of work inspections in that sector, trying to work out whether or not people are doing excessive working hours. But business owners see these inspections as a direct attack on their way of life and that of the customers. So again, I'll pose a question. Should this sector be heavily controlled by the Labour Ministry, or should it be the Wild West where anything goes? Let me know in that comment section below. And the final piece of news today, and a warning for people that might have purchased strawberries at their local supermarket in Spain recently, because strawberries imported from Morocco with hepatitis A could have been contaminated by irrigation with fecal water. Health alert and concern about the detection of hepatitis A in strawberries from Morocco. They are unfit for consumption. The origin of the contamination could be due to the irrigation of the fruit with fecal water. They are already investigating what happened while assuring that these strawberries would not have reached the markets for sale. The European Union's rapid alert system for food and animal feed raised the alarm when the fruit was at a point of entry into Spain. It would not have passed the controls and therefore would not have reached the markets. Farmers' associations consider the risk to be serious. So there we go, some dodgy strawberries out there, but according to the European Union, they haven't reached the market. But if I were you, I'd check the origin of the strawberries that I buy at the local supermarket. But hey, that's just me. Now let's have a look at some of the comments that have been left on the channel recently. One here from Eurobaz: not sure opening the floodgates to Americans is a good idea, Stuart. They'll expect everything to be done their way. That is, loud, big and brash. I saw a YouTube video recently of a Canadian who moved from Malaga to Benidorm to get a bigger bang for his buck. It was quite amusing how naive he was in his views of the town. He'll find out soon enough what it's like there. Yeah, Eurobaz, thanks for the comment, and obviously referring to an article that we saw the other day in which we saw that home sales to people from the United States here in Spain in 2023 were up 153% on 2022 figures. And I gave a big welcome to all estadounidenses the other day who are either here or planning to live in Spain in the near future. But Eurobaz pointing out that maybe all these Americans that are coming to Spain is not such a good idea. To quote Baz's words, they'll expect everything to be done in a big, bold and brash way. Don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, but I don't necessarily agree with Eurobaz's comment. A lot of the Americans that I've met over the journey, my 25 years here in Spain, and also prior to living in this country, were decent folk. Yes, some were loud, yes, some were brash, but I don't think it was the majority. But when it comes to the loudest and loutish group of foreigners that visit Spain, and I'll talk about tourists, not necessarily residents, they come from a country that used to be part of the European Union. Not mentioning any names, but I think you know which country I mean, because some of the behaviour that I've seen from some people from this country and some of the coastal resorts here in Spain is absolutely terrible. And when it comes to the Canadian that Baz mentioned in his comment that's fed up with Malaga and is going to try his luck in Benidorm, where he hopes to get more bang for his buck, good luck with that one, mate. One here from Phoenix: we had a fire on the floor above me last year here in Zaragoza. Unfortunately, the resident of the apartment did die, but our building is made of thick bricks, so it was contained just to that one apartment. You would never have known anything as there was no alarm. In fact, I only noticed when I took my dog out an hour later and could smell some faint burning smell and seeing the fire brigade outside. Yeah, Phoenix, thanks for the comment, and sorry to see that your neighbour unfortunately died in that fire, but fortunately you guys were okay. The fire, because of the type of building materials used in that building, was contained to one apartment, which was lucky. But again, no smoke detectors in that building, and that seems to be a real worry here in Spain, especially for people living in apartment blocks. One here from Baycast. Hi Stu, wow, interesting comments. Why would anyone in their right mind not purchase a smoke detector, as peace of mind is a paramount? Great lively show. Yeah, Baycast, thanks for the comment and glad you enjoyed last night's lively live stream. Things got a bit animated there for a while. I was stirred up by a couple of comments, but things calm down after a while. And a good point you make about smoke detectors. In fact, it's one of my priority purchases for this month. One here from Richard. Spanish people don't go out until 10:30 to 11 p.m. She's crazy thinking about closing early. Yeah, Richard, thanks for the comment, but as I said earlier in this video, Ms. Diaz has clarified her words, saying that she didn't mean to say that restaurants and bars should close earlier, but that she wants fairer working hours in that sector. According to her, too many people are being exploited in the bar and restaurant scene here in Spain. And you're spot on with what you say in your comment there, that a lot of people here in Spain don't go out until 10:30 or 11 p.m., especially at weekends and in the summer months. The rest of the year is a bit different, but weekends and summer months definitely people like to start late here in Spain. For whatever reason, I've got no idea, but as somebody said recently, Spain is different. One here from Johnny. I visit this channel to hear the news. Great format. Yeah, Johnny, thanks for the comment, and a valued member of the channel is Johnny with that blue star next to his name, and great to see that you like the format of the videos I put out. One here from there saying, okay, you were feisty today. I love it. Thank you for reading the headlines. It's easier than having to read something because you get the highlights, and if you really want to read it yourself, then you can, I guess. And if someone doesn't like listening to you, why are they here anyways? Yeah, they're saying thanks for the comment, and that is a question that I have asked myself many, many times. If people don't like the content on this channel, if people don't like the way that I present these videos, don't watch it. Don't bother leaving comments on the channel either, because you waste your time and you waste my time because I have to read them too. So what's the point? Go somewhere else. There's billions of videos on YouTube. Hasta luego. See you later. Adios. Goodbye. But not everyone is a negative Nelly. I know that the negative Nellies out there are a minority, and the majority of people that watch these videos actually do like the content, like, for example, that one that we just saw there. So thanks for the kind words. One here from Erica. I understand that it might not be fair for workers in the industry, but then everyone should stop working at 7 p.m. at the latest. My dream for years was to finish work at European times, but it hasn't been the case. Yeah, Erica, thanks for the comment. And Erica, of course, a regular contributor to the channel, an English teacher, I believe, in Catalonia, also suffering from the long timetables that people have to do here, the long working days, working in an English academy. In fact, some English academies I know in my local area here don't close until 9:30 or 10 p.m. So a very long day some teachers can have if they're working in language schools or language academies here in Spain, which is Erica's case. And I must admit that when I first came to Spain over 2 decades ago, one of the hardest things for me to get used to was the timetables and the hours that people kept. Some company executives and other workers in that company that I was giving classes to back in the day wouldn't finish work until 9 or 9:30 in the evening, and sometimes they wanted their class around that time, which for me was very, very late. But as people used to tell me back in the day, Spain is different. And the final one here from Cindy, Create for Life. As first-time visitors to Spain, we were shocked that bars are still playing loud music until 4 a.m. It seems like a bad idea to allow drinking all night and then driving home. Yes, Cindy, thanks for the comment, and that has been a serious issue here in Spain for many, many years, the topic of drinking and driving. I know that not only here in Spain is it a problem, but in some other countries that I have been to or lived in, they have cracked down on it a lot harder, a lot sooner. And now we have the issue of drug driving to add to the problem. But as one of the most prominent politicians in this country, the Madrid community president, Ms. Diaz Ayuso, pointed out yesterday in a tweet, it's just that we are different. Spain has the best nightlife in the world, with the streets full of life and freedom, and that also provides employment. They want us to be Puritans, materialists, socialists, without soul, without electricity, and without restaurants because they feel like it. board, and at home. So again, and to quote Ms. Díaz Ayuso, Spain is different. Viva España! On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the video out as you normally do. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.